All right. Hello out there. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I was having a little issue trying to get it started. Hopefully, it's working now, and you can hear me and you can see me. I am Diehard 3.75, aka Tony Creek, and this is my every other Sunday 118 3.75 inch toy talk, where we talk about 118 and 375 and all the good stuff in between. Schmebulok. Hello, Bjorn. Battery Bob, how are you? Saw you on Wilhelm today. I'm gonna have to check that out. 5 by 5. Yeah, man, it's. I hear you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. Got a good little show for you today. Gonna try to go an hour. Not a lot of news, but a little bit of news. A couple things to check in on. Um, Couple of things that wanted to talk about. Hopefully, you guys are having a good weekend. Hey, Jabalong. Hey, Jeff. Welcome, welcome. Um, so it's been 2 weeks since we were here last. I was pretty busy. I tried to stay busy. Um, I did 6 videos. I did 3 last week. I did 3 this week. So I kind of hit my sweet spot, and I was pumping out content. I hope you guys had a chance to watch most of it. If you haven't, please give it a try after this live stream. But I did 6 videos. What did we have? We had what did I do? Oh, I did a chicken fried toys. The Captain Commando, the Cowboy Commando. That's him, the Cowboy Commando. That was the first one. Um, I I mentioned this last stream. I'm purging the collection, the Minton card, Minton box collection. And when I was in this box, I found the old Mezco Hellboy uh, con exclusive 2 pack with the Golden Army Soldier. So I went ahead and did a video on that. Um, so Chicken Fried Toys, Mezco Hellboy, and then I did a couple of Star Wars videos. I did do the deluxe Imperial Armored Commando. Sentinel, welcome, welcome. If the Marauders is in the news this night, I do have an update. If you haven't already told you, no, that's not in my list. So yeah, let's definitely talk about that, Bjorn. What else did I do? I did the Joy Toy Shadow Jaeger Squad Raven. Pretty good figure. Um, Pretty good. I think I was a little, Joy Toy lately. The turtle stuff has been perfect. Everything's been so good, and I finally had like a normal, non-turtle Joy Toy figure, and I felt like I wasn't that impressed, even though Joy Toy is awesome. Um, but the turtle stuff's been so good, so it felt a little bit underwhelming. I think that's what maybe Jeff wrote in his comment. It was a little underwhelming, um, though very good figure, just not as good as some of the stuff we've been getting. Um, what else did I do? Oh, along with the Hellboy, I also pulled out my Shadows of the Dark Side TIE Bomber, which I've been holding on to for a long time, and finally decided to open it up. That one was a lot of fun to do. Hopefully, you guys saw that video. There's a story behind it, how I got it and everything, and how long I've had it. So it was nice to open something like that up and finally get to enjoy it out of box. And then, oh, I did my haul. That was the last video I did. I did my haul for the month of July, and I cheated a little bit because I got something on August 1st, and I put it in the haul for July just to kind of beef up the haul, and that way I wanted to open it. I wanted to share it with you guys because it should have got it back in June. Um, so yeah, 6 videos in 2 weeks, 3 last week, 3 this week. I already have the next 2 videos planned. Um, what I want to do. One of them is from the Mint on Box collection as well, just like the TIE Bomber and the Hellboy stuff. It's a figure, a single figure of a line and an IP that I don't really collect, but I've got this figure. It looks really good. I've been holding on to it for a long time, so it's time to open it. So that's going to be one of the videos. And the other video, I think I'm going to do one on level 7 toys action figures because I have a couple of them now. And I'd like to do a couple videos or a video on level 7, their products in general. The Vietnam figures have been pushed back because of QC issues. Oh no, that's too bad. No Beta Ray Bob show today. Yeah, I didn't see Bob go on today. Hello, Ian. Ian, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Pirates of the Galaxy. Hey y'all. How you doing? Thanks for coming. So yeah, that was kind of the last 2 weeks. 6 videos, 3 last week, 3 this week. I probably would have got a 7th one done, the other Menton box one I was alluding to, but actually I smashed one of my fingers doing some yard work, and it was like swollen, kind of numb for a day, so I couldn't do a video, with my hands. So I might have got a 7th video out, but I did have to take a little time off to recoup. Sorry I was late. I had a nap between live streams. No problem. You're not late. You're right on time. You're right on time. Thanks for coming, Ian. So yeah, that's the last 2 weeks. I think that's the beginning of the next 2 weeks. I've got 2 videos planned. Hopefully I could do 6 again. I'd like to do 3 this week and 3 next week. But we'll see. We'll see. It's gotten really hot around here. Excuse me. And actually the last 3 days have been like 104, 105, and it's just hard to do anything when it's so hot, man. Even shoot videos, even enjoy your toys when it's just so hot. You got to get up pretty early and kind of, while it's still cool out, but by 9 o'clock it's already 70. So it's been pretty hot. Into the toy box. We'll be back next week, the 17th. Okay, cool. Sorry, Sunday naps leave you disoriented. Yeah, I laid down for a few minutes today, only about 5 or 10 minutes. I was pretty tired myself because I got up early while it was nice and cool and got some things done. So then you get tired pretty early. It's now past 2 a.m. Monday, so I felt it would be. Oh wow, yeah, 2 a.m. Sorry about that. Thank you for coming. Extra points for you, Ian. Thank you. And since we're talking about it, the show, I think I'm going to try something next Saturday. Because this show is every other Sunday, the week that I don't do this show, so next week, next Saturday, I think I'm going to try to do a kind of impromptu live stream. I don't know what time yet. If you feel like it, if you hit the little notification thing, you'll know when I go up. But I think I'm going to try to do a live stream on Saturday. I don't know what time though. And I'm still kind of thinking of like ideas, concepts of what the show will be. It won't be this show. It won't be the news. It might be a hangout. It might be like hangout and opening stuff and just talking, whatever. But I think I'm going to try it next Saturday. So if you guys are around Saturday, it'll probably be a different time. I know, Ian, 2 a.m. I'd like to make it a little earlier for you and for some of the other guys that are in different places. Because I know that this schedule isn't the easiest for everyone to get to. I start my show at 6 my time, 6:05, but I know East Coast is already 9:05 on Sunday night. A lot of people have to work on Monday. So I think I'm going to try something on Saturday, next Saturday. I don't know what time though, but I'll put up like I do with this one, I'll put up something so that you'll see it. And then if you hit the notification or if you just hit it in general for the channel, it will come up and you'll see it. Hopefully you can join me. I think I'm going to open a couple things, talk about a couple things. I didn't do videos on any of these, but I did open some stuff. I don't know if you guys have gotten this one yet. This was the Moff Gideon in the Beskar armor. I also opened this guy. This was the Bazooka Trooper. And in my last haul, I think I showed you guys. I opened one of them. This is the Blokey's Transformer. These are $4.99. I picked up at Walmart, and you can see they are 1/18 scale, and they're pretty fun. It's pretty cool. It's highly articulated. You do have to put it together, but really fun. Don't compete with Robo. Don't know. No, I won't do that. I won't do that. I do watch his show, even though he doesn't talk my scale. I do watch his show. I actually watched it last night, late last night. Keep an eye on it for thank you. Yeah, yeah. But this is that little Blokey's. I put him together. I gave him the little axe. Fun little figure, and only $5. You know, Blockies. That's what it is. Blockies. I said what I say, Blokey's, Blockies. But yeah, only $5. And you know, super articulated. Can do anything that you need. Came with multiple hands. Cool little figure. And in scale, you know, because scale is kind of the most important thing to me. So yeah, I would check these out if you can, if you see them. Very inexpensive to just give it a try. And then I also opened this one. He has a little bit of trouble holding his rifle. I ended up picking up one of these bats. This is the Target exclusive Reaction Plus O-Ring. He does have trouble holding this rifle. But he's all right. He's not bad. And I guess I could do a comparison because he's a real 375. This guy is a real 118. You can see they still match up pretty well. So this he's pretty versatile. I was hoping to get Decepticons. I still have the other one to open, but I think I might grab these when I see them. You know, for $5, I might grab another one or two. What do you think of the Blokey's? I've heard they're good. Yeah, I think they're pretty good. The Blockies. I think they're pretty good. Especially for the price point and the articulation. And of course the scale's just right. I think they're pretty good. Yeah. Ian, next week's Into the Toy Box will focus on Blockies with help from Bjorn. Okay. Yeah, cool. Speaking of, okay, you guys are gonna do a whole show on it. Yeah, definitely. I will definitely watch that. I didn't know anything about these. I saw them there. I really got it because of the scale of what it said on the box, and that the fact that it was $5. I took a chance on it, and this was a hit this time. Even has like a rocker ball jointed ankle, ball jointed hips. It's really super articulated. Very cool. So yeah, I opened those up. I didn't do videos on them. I'm probably not going to do videos on them, but that Saturday stream will kind of probably be something kind of like that, where I'm kind of just opening things. Hopefully things that like this, like the Blockies that you guys obviously have some Blockies too. And, you know, just kind of chat and hang out. So look for that next Saturday. I'm going to try it. Did make a thumbnail already. Just trying to decide what is the best time. I definitely don't want it to compete with Robo or be late. I'd like it to be kind of midday, afternoon, evening, earlier than this show. Stay tuned for next week's to learn more. Yes, I will. Yeah. Anyone ordered the swimsuit girl from Lado Toys? I'm not familiar with that one. We'll have to look it up. I'm not familiar with that one. I'm not familiar with Lado Toys. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. So yeah, that was kind of what I've been up to. Played with a lot of toys, made a lot of videos. Maybe because there wasn't that much news. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only about 5 things here. We'll try to add the Marauder stuff. Maybe we'll look up this Lado Toys that Sentinel MCR is talking about. I'm nearly 2 weeks behind in YouTube videos to watch. I will try to catch up. Okay, yeah, no problem. No pressure. No pressure. Yeah, if you can't, you can't. It's okay. Don't feel any... it's supposed to be a leisure pursuit. So don't feel any stress to have to watch my stuff. I appreciate you just being here, Ian. All right, so let's get to the news. All right, let's get to the news. There's not much. I think it's going to go fairly fast. I'm going to try to stay on an hour today. Let's go. Yeah, let's just jump right to the news. All right. So I'm always talking chicken fried toys. I did do a video on them, like the Cowboy Commando the week before, and this week they dropped some new pre-orders. A couple, right? The not Lone Ranger here, Buckaroo 13 and Boot Hill Loot 15. These are both up and available for pre-order. I did pre-order this one. I was really looking forward to this. I grabbed one and looking forward to getting it. Um, I did notice too, and I think this has always been there, but I didn't remember it um, for the older stuff. Because a lot of times I just put it in my basket without actually clicking on the more detailed view here. Understand, Ian, my watch later list on YouTube is 400 videos long. Whoa. One day I'll catch up. Timbo Toys! How are you, Timbo? I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming by. I stopped putting videos on a watch later a long time ago. I never watched them, really. I know, that's what happens, huh? You never end up watching. That's exactly what sounds like happened to Bob. Yeah, Timbo's here. It's been a long time, Timbo. Thanks for coming by. I wish their figs had thigh swivels. Yes, yes, and rocker ankles. I think either one of those would help a lot. Um, Used to love the Lone Ranger. Yeah, me too. Me too. I didn't really care for the new movie, the one that Johnny Depp did. Um, I didn't care for his portrayal um, of Tonto. I think it's Tonto, right? But I loved the Lone Ranger as a kid. What was I gonna say? Oh, you could see down here it says 874 in stock. So I'm thinking that this was 1,000. So that tells me he sold almost 125, 26. So hopefully, I'm not sure what his number is because I know he says sometimes on the Facebook page that he has, and see this one's 878. So some people bought the buck and not this one. They're probably gonna do a different character. I'm not sure what the number he needs to hit to put these in production because he also put these two packs up. Ankle Rockers 2, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. All right, it's Javelin. Yeah, a lot of people here tonight. Thank you so much. And of course, Elbow Swivel. Yep, yep. Oh, I went nowhere near that movie. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I got through it. I got it from the library here because you can rent movies from our library for free when it came out, so many years ago. And I think I watched like the first 20 minutes of it and I stopped it and I just couldn't watch it. Um, Johnny Depp, to me, I like him a lot. Like he's a good actor. But I feel like in a little ways Ryan Reynolds is the same way. He's kind of the same character in every movie, no matter what the character of the movie is. He's kind of the same person, and I just didn't like his portrayal of Tonto, and so I didn't watch it. I stopped it and was like, "This is not the Lone Ranger I know." Kind of like Ian probably was thinking, like I didn't want to dilute my memories of Lone Ranger, so I didn't want to watch it, so I got out of it. That movie was trash, and he didn't wear the iconic costume. That's a nice way to put it, Pirates. It was trash, yeah. They had a really cool Lone Ranger comic that came out a few years ago. I got a one Lone Ranger comic a while, like many years ago. I think it was by Dynamite, and it was pretty good. I didn't end up reading it very much. I got one or two issues, and that was it. But it was pretty good. They even had a female Long Ranger. I don't know if you guys remember that. I think was she a female Long Ranger or was she? She was in the same world. Um, the DNL figures have great articulation. They're not bad. No, they're like just one or two points from really making them modern figures. And I think I said this in the Captain or the Cowboy Commando video. I think all the valid. All the points you're making, all of you guys are valid about these figures. And I think if they were a little more articulated, then more of you would be willing to pay the price and get these guys, and maybe not so much for being Western figures, but for customizing and stripping and using on other figures, because these are pretty interchangeable with the Fresh Monkey Fiction stuff. Um, a lot of lines. The hats, the guns, the rope, the rifle, the knives. A lot of the collars, the clothes. They all work on other lines, but it's hard to buy a figure for $25 just to get the hat and the guns, right? Um, but if the figure itself was super articulated, the buck, I think a lot more people would try this line out. People that have nothing to do with Western, they just want good articulated figure. Um, I don't know if they'll come around to it. I've seen comments to these guys on the Facebook about it, and they always seem to resist that. Um, but I remember McFarlane used to resist it too, and now he does the articulation. Not the best, but he was just doing statues, basically, and people complained, and it took a long while, and eventually he got over doing, real articulation. And I think these guys will too, because even the Glyos, right? The Glyos are typically 5 points, but every now and then, Toy Pizza or someone will do a Glyos figure that's super articulated. Um, so it can happen, and I hope eventually it will. Werewolf looks good. He wasn't Tonto. He was Captain Jack Sparrow. Yes, that's what I was saying. Sentinel. He was Jack Sparrow. He was Edward Scissorhand. He was everybody but Tonto. He was all those other characters that he used to play. There was a very fun Vivix Lone Ranger advert where you can find on YouTube. Okay, I'll take a look for that. Yeah, the Dynamite run is pretty impressive. Okay, so that was the one you were reading too, Timbo, the Dynamite one. Yeah. I think I read the first one for sure. I don't know if I went back for 2 and 3 and then I kind of stopped. Hold on one second, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to mute myself there. I'll probably grab the Apache and the Alien. I was tempted to do that too. Pinker, welcome, Pinker. Thanks for coming. I'm still waiting for them to do the Mountain Man. Yep, that one's on the list. I got my first dime novel Legends at Joe Fest. I would justify the price with a little more articulation. I've been spoiled by Joy Toy. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. So you gave it a try, Pirates, and you're like, it's good, but I wish it had an ankle and a thigh swivel and I think if it did, you'd probably consider getting more, right? So these guys, they're real close, man. They're really close. I want them to do well. So I hope that they eventually will come around and somehow get some rocker ankles on these guys, or a thigh swivel or a bicep swivel or something. Marauder was slow to come around as well. Hopefully CFT will fall soon. Yeah, I hope so. Thank you. How much are the figs? $40? No. I think. Let's see. The pre-orders. These are 2-packs, so these are a little more expensive because you're getting 2. I did not grab these 2. These 2-packs here. I sort of split the difference. I do have these 2 guys on pre-order, the Master Sergeant and Marshall Sundown. And Pirates, I know you got Marshall Sundown. That's probably the one you're talking about. You got at Joe Fest, right? I did order this one, the Arizona Ranger here. He's 32. I did grab this one. I pre-ordered it, but he's been up for pre-order for a long time. Looks like, I think these are runs of 500. So he's almost sold 75 of these. Again, I don't know what his magic number is, where he goes, if it's 500, does he need to kind of have 200 on pre-order before he'll put it into production? I know sometimes it seems like he'll do it if at least 2 or 3 of the figures in the wave are at a certain point in pre-sale, because these have been up for pre-sale for quite some time. You can see here it says pre-order in 22. So I did feel a little self-conscious pre-ordering something, knowing that it might be another year or two before he gets enough pre-sales to put this into production. But I thought he mentioned it was getting really close in one of his last updates. So I went ahead and pre-ordered the Arizona Ranger and the Lone Ranger here, and I already had these two up for pre-order. Now the in-stock stuff, let's see, I think they're 30. Does that sound right? Where's in stock? I don't think they're 40. I think they're 30. Um, the new Marauders have new necks, elbows, thighs, shoulders, and ankles. Yep. Also, thigh sole would help a lot with horse riding pose. That's a good point. They're going to give us horses. Those figures need to fit on them well. The Apache and Alien are on target. I might get more, but very choosy with what I buy. Marshall male strip. I'm feeling his mustache. Marauder now has the upper thigh swivels on their new figures. His number might be the MOQ. Yeah, I think you're right. That's exactly what it is. I think though he kind of swallows the bullet. Say he has 400 for pre-order, but it's a 500 MOQ. He'll just do it, and then he'll put those 100 that come up for sale on the website. But I think he has to get really close to that MOQ. Otherwise, he's taking a pretty big chance that he's going to have all this stock. He's going to have to keep it somewhere, store it, take care of it, and hope it sells. So I think that's kind of how he works. Let's see, what's a single figure going for now on here? Okay, so 28 for the Black Snake. These are still on sale. It looks like 32, but 28. This one's not on sale. This one, it looks really good. You could get some extra heads. Not bad. 28. I mean, 25. Unfortunately, right where we're at in collecting, $25 is kind of normal. That's why the vintage collection is still a pretty good deal at $17.18 for a highly articulated modern figure, even if they are a little bit small. These Western figures are awesome. Yes, I bought Sundown and likely get the other Cops and Crooks. Yeah, me too. The future Cops and Crooks designs look nice. Yeah, they do. The number on the website is usually for in-stock production run. Is there in-stock for in-stock items? If there's for in-stock items too. Small Joe's is also distributed. That's right. And I've been meaning to say that, and I think you guys probably already know, but I meant to say it in some of my videos. I think Small Joe's is the only online seller based in the United States selling the Hiya Toys Joes. So if you're interested in getting the Hiya Toys GI Joes, but you don't want to use AliExpress or Locker Toys or Cool Toys or the foreign international sellers, Small Joe's does have them. I think they're like $1 or $2 more, but they are shipping from there. I think he's in Colorado, if I'm remembering. I haven't ordered from them in a while. I think they're from Colorado, or that's where their warehouse is. I might be wrong about that. Someone could correct me. But I think Small Joe's is the only United States-based seller of those Hiya Joes, and they have to import them, so there is a little bit of a markup. But there is advantage. They get a little bit sooner. And you're helping an American company. If you're American, you care about that kind of thing. But I keep forgetting every time I do one of those videos. I forget to say that. I just say, "Oh, I got it at Cool Toys or Locker Toys." Let's see. 28 would be good if shipping and exchange weren't a factor. Yeah, it's actually, I think it's $10 a figure for Chicken Fried Toys for their shipping. But they'll ship it nice in a good box. It'll come clean. But I think it is $10. Even for one figure, it's $10. So you can throw $10 on this 28 here. That's what it's really going to cost you, is $38. I know they're not too far away from where Dinopolis. Oh, okay. So it's Texas. Okay, maybe it's Texas. Yeah. Yeah, they're cool. They're cool. I've used them a couple times. and they have a. They also sell if you're trying to restore like 80s GI Joe vehicles and stuff. Like I did restore one of my Ford America up here. The only piece missing is the antenna, and they have one, and I've been meaning to get it from them. Small Joe's is Missouri. Okay, there you go, Missouri. Yeah, so that's not too. I think the shipping is a lot quicker if you order from them as opposed to Locker Toys, which I think is probably what Hong Kong or Shanghai or something like that. But yeah, all of these though, yeah, it's about $10 shipping for one figure. I still want to get this native scout here. I wouldn't mind this cavalry officer. There's a couple figures in here. I know here at the bottom, I think this Sergeant Bell's maybe the best one, in my opinion. But there's a couple figures down here that are like $20 right here. Yeah, the Keon Young and the Gambler here are only 20. But with the $10 ship, still be about $30. So not cheap, not cheap. But I guess you could say they're fairly rare because they're such a small batch, which I maybe add some value to it. But yeah, so new pre-orders, Chicken Fried Toys, if you're interested at all in the Lone Ranger here, or any of these 2-packs. I too want these, like I want the Native American guy here, and I want this werewolf. I don't necessarily want Pecos Bill or this alien. So I'm just, and it's a little bit more than I want to spend right now. But they are up, as well as these guys here too. But yeah, they're looking pretty good. Locker Toys is Hong Kong. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, let's move on. You guys probably saw this. Spin Master. I guess Spin Master is gonna do some 375, but they want to do five POA, and 5 POA is not okay. That's the saying. But I wanted to tell you about it. I did get the Flash Batmobile, which is essentially this same vehicle without the machine guns, and it came with a better figure. But if you missed out on that one, which hopefully you didn't, because I think all that Flash stuff got clearance pretty cheap. But here's another chance to get it. I'm not going to talk too much about this. I'm disappointed in Spin Master here. What could have been, what could have been. 5 POA is okay. Yeah, well, there you go. The alien figure is fun. I have the glow in the dark one. Classic Batman, yeah. Yeah, I love the car. I love the car. But I think that Spin Master is going after that Super 7 reaction, Star Wars, the nostalgic, what would they call it? They were doing the 5, they went back to do 5 POA again for some of the Star Wars stuff. I think that's the market they're trying to tap. Not really something that I am collecting, but I thought I'd just tell you. It is in scale. It is in scale. I will always have a place for 5 POA in my heart. To each their own. Yeah. And some of the reaction stuff, the 5 POA, the robots are really good. Tech 489. What is going on? Thanks for coming. Yo, 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 yo. All right. Here's a update, not an update. A couple weeks ago, we talked about Boss Fight Studio, and they have on their website this little news tab. And I think we talked about it back in June, and because they put out a news update. Well, they didn't put out one in July. They skipped July, but they did do an August update. Not much here. Almost exactly what they said in the June update. We can expect all of the hack stuff, 118 hack stuff, fourth quarter this year. But what I noticed was different is if you get the email newsletter, they send you an email if you're signed up, And it said, and I wrote it down here, they were more specific in the email and said November. So they actually said a month for this stuff. It's not December, it's not October, it's not September, it's fourth quarter, November. So they didn't update that here for some reason. I'm not sure why they left out November um, in this on their sort of the website, but the newsletter that they emailed said November. So I'm just repeating what they sent out, but they didn't update it here, so I'm not sure why. But I'm pretty confident they said November. Hopefully, we're going to finally get these figures. They're long overdue. 5 POA has its place in a drawer where nobody can see it. Whoa. You want that Batmobile? Well, I got it already. I got enough Batmobiles now. I think that Mezco Batman the Animated one is my favorite. 5 POA, was a Beta Ray Bob agreed. Depending on the price, this may be worth just getting the Batmobile. It might be. I think they're usually only like $20. Yeah. Kenner Star Wars still gets me like no other line, and I do love the modern lines. Yeah, so you like both. Boss fight's been annoying as they're prioritizing 112 and making some of the cool cosmic. Yeah, and Court of the Dead, that would be awesome. Yeah, that's the trend, right? Some of the groups boss fight, and I'm thinking more now because it's been on my Instagram a lot. Acid Rain, Toys Alliance finally going to the 112, and they're a lot cheaper, a lot less paint apps. But I saw that they're pushing out some 112 stuff, and I'm wondering how that's gonna do. It kind of explains why they've been really slow this year with the 118 stuff. Really slow. But I think they've been focusing. It looks like they're focusing on 112, and that's kind of what Boss Fight's been doing. It started with the wrestlers, right, and then they kind of moved on to a couple other scales. It's the way things are going. As long as they still do 118, I'm okay. But yeah, there's a lot of those. I'm thinking of that Space Girl Pirates, the Space Girl. She's like in purple. I think she has a bubble helmet too. She looked really cool. That would have been a great hack for us. Quarter 4 for Wave 8 is ridiculous compared to when they were announced. I know, and that's why it says November and the quarter 4. We'll see. We'll see. It's probably going to be January or February, but we will see. I'm wondering they're all coming together because they all said, quarter 4, 25. I don't know. So it was an update, but it wasn't really an update. It was like an update stating the same thing they said in the last update. But I thought I would bring it up, tell you guys all the versions of the Batmobile. I would love the 118 Superpowers Batmobile. Yeah, I never got that one. The Power Fort, the McFarlane. I think McFarlane redid that one too for the 5-inch figures. And I got the Batwing, but I didn't get that one. The 112 Acid Rain may not be Toys Alliance. Only the Acid Rain channels have posted about, not Toys Alliance. I think it's some licensing to another manufacturing company. Okay. So they're giving it an Acid Rain name, but they're not saying it's Toys Alliance, or Toys Alliance isn't advertising it for some reason. Come to the dark side. 112 to rule the galaxy. No, Timbo. You come in here spreading blasphemy. I pre-ordered Wave 8 before Joe Fest last year. Wow. Yeah, it's been a while, huh? How many versions of Batmobile do you need? I know. That's why I think I'm done with the Batmobile. I think I got that Mezco Batman the Animated one is really, really good. So much better than any of the other ones that I have. The only other one that really stacks up really well, and you guys probably have it, is the the Spin Master one that looks like a Dodge Charger from the Pattinson Batman had lights and sounds. It looks like a Charger or a modern car. That one has rubber tires. That one's really good, really good. It's very specific to that movie. I wouldn't worry about 112 ounce ring. Don't think it will take away from 118. Yeah. 118 with the Adam West Batmobile. Oh, that would be a good one too. Yeah, that would be a good one too. I think McFarlane did that one as well for his 5 or 6 inch line. I think I saw it before. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. Love both scales. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't, but that's cool. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I have the Batmobile. It's awesome. Okay. Oh yes, the Batman Batmobile is great. All right, so let's move on. Let's check in now. Let's check in on our Heavy Armor Toys Kickstarter. I looked at this a little bit ago. I'm going to refresh it here. There's still a lot of time left, 13 days here. But I kind of said this last time. It just doesn't look like this one has the legs to keep going, unfortunately. So I don't think it's I think the biggest factor for this one, I think, is that 60,000 is a little too much. I don't know what the right number is, but I think 60 is a little bit too much. That maybe they put the goal a little too high for this one to try to do 4 figures, even though they do look like they use a lot of the same parts. Looks like it doesn't look like this one's gonna make it, unfortunately. I'm still hoping it does, but it doesn't look like it's gonna get there. Maybe someone at Hasbro should be told that a 118 Stars line with figure selection of, say, Black Series would be a big hit. Yeah. Don't forget to hit the like button. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, please hit the like button. It would be a shame if Heavy Armor doesn't make it. I know. I mentioned I got the In the Navy figure, and it was really good. Really good quality. Came on time. They make good stuff. Feel like they just reached a little too far with this one with 60. I can't remember what the In the Navy one was, but it was closer to this amount if I remember. I probably could find it in here. Yes. TVC Gunship is at 370. Yeah, we're gonna look at that one. That's my last tab up here. We're gonna check in on that. Let's see see if I can find that one. Because I feel like that one, the goal wasn't 60. I could be wrong. Let's see if I can find it. It was a while ago. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Oh, wow. So he got 32,000 for this one. And the goal was 21. So yeah, he went 3 times as much for this 60. He went 60,000 for this one. I think it's too bad. I think they overstretched just a little bit. Yeah. 32 on 21. Yeah, I'm done with the new O-rings being announced. I need a hood, new modern 118 line. I know. Someone's got to step up, man. There's a vacuum right now. Someone could make a good 118 modern line. I don't know who it is. They have yet to emerge. Not only a high gulp, there's been an influx of O-ring military figures. Yep, the timing may be wrong. Yeah, a lot of factors, huh? A lot of factors. But I mean, he's at 12,000 right now. That's not a small number. I mean, $12,000 is a lot of money. And it's probably, he's still got 13 days. He's probably going to hit 13,000, I would guess. maybe more. Um, that's still a lot of money, but maybe it's not enough to do another figure. Maybe he thought because the in the Navy figure basically was the same figure with 3 or 4 different heads, different complexions of people. Um, but he got 32 on that. So he probably thought double that and he could do 4 figures. I don't know. It's too bad. I don't think these guys got to make the rounds. I don't know how accessible these guys are. If Bob or Wilhelm or it's Chad or one of these guys that does military toys, who like McDowell, or because he seems to get a lot of prototype stuff before anyone else to kind of pump up sales, advertise that hey, these are coming up, this Kickstarter kind of a thing. Um, I guess there's still time. I don't know how my show is. This show is not a show to that I this is my helping them is by us talking about it and making people aware. But maybe there's a chance that one of you guys or one of those channels I mentioned could get these guys on. If not this time, next time, and maybe that would help it a bit. Um, you also have Andrew's son, Joe collectors needing crew for their flag. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Why I'm a big Joy Toy fan. Yeah. Yeah. The Chinese companies are leading the way. Modern Way team now. Joy Toy Toys and Haya. They're committed to the scale. Pirates of the Galaxy. Exactly. Yeah. So it's not looking good, but you know, hopefully they'll readjust and they'll come back with a number that they think that they can go. Maybe this was a little bit too ambitious for what is out there. It could be fatigue, O-ring fatigue. It could be goal was too high. Um, there are other things going on, right? There are big HasLabs and just back the Grindhouse Toys O-ring, and so there's other factors at play. We'll see. We'll come back. I think when we come back in 2 weeks, this one will be finished. So we'll do a little a rehash, um, and just kind of and we'll go over it one more time, kind of see where it ends up. Let's go on. Now we're moving to Star Wars, guys. My favorite line. But before we get to the Kickstarter, I did see this just like a few hours ago. Before I threw this one in as kind of a last minute thing. Um, Toy City, you said it, brother. I don't know if you guys. I have all of the visual guides. I don't know if you guys. Some of you guys might know it there. I should have pulled mine out, but I have a visual guide to all of the movies. Um, Prequels, sequels, the original trilogy one. Excuse me, and they have one. The original trilogy one is like one that has all 3 of the movies in it. But I saw that they're going to be doing a Mandalorian visual guide, and these are really cool, especially if you're doing customs and you're making characters, and they talk about the different blasters and the armors and the characters and their clothes and planets and all kinds of stuff. Are you guys familiar with these visual guides? Yeah. Grab one. I'm gonna reach over here and grab one. This is one of the newer ones, so it's a little bit different than the other ones. But this is the Rebels one, and these books are really cool. They go over each character, each planet, each ship. I know it's not action figure related, but when I look at these, I think about my figures, and I saw this book was coming out, and these are a lot of fun. I try to get every one for every show, every movie, that they do them. They don't always do them. But I saw this was coming up. Wanted to let you guys know. I think they're usually about 25 bucks, maybe 45. It kind of depends. This one, I think it has season 1, 2, and 3, so it's probably going to be a little bit more expensive because it's probably a bigger book. Where for the movies, each movie got its own book. But it looks like this one will be one book with all 3 seasons, so it's probably going to cost a little bit more. There are sequels. There are. There are. It's all fanfic. Also read. Struggling. The HasLab's not doing well. They're gonna have to start revealing stuff early to boost the backers. I have some of the movie guides. Yeah, the movie guides are good. Just thought I'd talk about this because I really enjoy these books, and I thought you guys are Star Wars fans like me. Maybe you would too. If you've never tried any of these books, I would think of what is your favorite movie, and that book is probably, you could probably find it pretty cheap now, even used. If you want to just see what they're about, and you don't want to try it on this new one, this new Mando. I have all of them, and they're all really good. They're all really fun books. All right, I'm going to refresh this. I'm going to talk a little bit about the gunship. 3,175 backers. Is that what you said earlier, Bjorn? I think it was you, Bjorn. I'm going to scroll all the way up here, see if I can find what you said. Did it gain any backers while we've been talking this last hour or so? I still have not backed it. I think for me, it's probably going to be a game day decision. It's going to be like in the last day or two. Do I want it or not? I don't know. I buy the art books. Yeah, I get those too. Yeah, I get those too. My favorite one is the Attack of the Clones one, the Clone Wars one. Only 4 days left for the Snowcat. That did fun though, right? I like the Star Wars art of books. Yeah, those are really good. It's moving along very slowly. Snowcat might even make the first tier. Gain 2 backers. All right. That could be the first house up. See the fail. Yeah. And she doesn't make any tiers. Yeah, I don't think it is. Maybe it'll make the first one. Maybe. It's definitely not getting all 3. I think, are we in agreement? It's not going to hit all 3. I'd like to be wrong about that. I'm not trying to be a wet blanket or something. I want it to hit all 3. I just don't feel like it's. I don't feel like it has the momentum. But these things always seem to really hit their stride in the last 48 hours or so. So those last 48 hours are going to be really crucial. If it could get close to 8,000 as possible, I think it's going to fund. I still think it's going to fund, but not too much more. It's still got a month, guys. It's got 29 days left. My picture is over where it says how many days are left, so you can't see it in my screenshot here. Oh, there it is, right there, 29. It's in 2 different places here. Yeah, it's gonna be a game day decision for me. I'm just not feeling it like I should, So, I'll say this though, and I didn't get to watch the SWTVC YouTube channel. I follow them on Instagram. I follow them on YouTube. They had Toys Are the Way and Boss Bounty on today. I'm gonna have to watch that after Wilhelm's show tonight. And I think they were going. It was all about the HasLab here, and I'll say, I felt like, and this is just my impression. I could be completely wrong about this. So you guys, I want to hear your opinions. But Bantha Skull and Yak Face, I felt like they were kind of. Bantha Skull did a post article on the site, kind of talking about. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing, so I don't know. But if you don't back this and it fails, it's gonna really hurt the line, and you don't know about the future of the line. And I mean, it wasn't. I didn't like the article. I didn't like how it was. Kind of. You need to do this because and I don't know. I read through it really quick, and I was like, I didn't really like the tone of the article. I don't know if you guys read it. Gunship. I'm not backing it. I already have two of the older gunships. To me, HasLab should be must-haves. Yeah, they have covered themselves with the figures by saying they are unique hardbacks, so we will likely see the figures at some point. I'm more worried about the potential impact it has on the future prequel TVCs. Yeah. Um, you mean the future prequel? Oh, because they might think that there's no demand for prequel figures, not the TVC in general. How much was the Ghost? I don't remember. For sure, around the price, around the same price, 550. Hopefully, people will get tired of Hasbro multi-million-dollar company wanting customers to pay for their tooling costs. He said while waiting for his cantina. Seeing peer pressure. That's where I was. That thank you, Bjorn. That's what I was kind of saying. It felt a little bit like peer pressure, um, because I was trying to think. Trying to spin it positive. The Marvel Legends guys, right? So, well, here we'll try to keep it Star Wars, and then I'll go to Marvel Legends. The Black series, the Rancor, did not fund, right? It got close at the very end, but it did not fund. But that didn't stop Hasbro from trying to do a second one. It was after that second one failed, the lightsaber, that now it doesn't seem to be that they're gonna push it. So they tried it once, they tried it twice. Um, then they stopped kind of pushing the Black Series HasLabs. What I think is more apples to apples is the Marvel Legends HasLabs, because most of those have funded. The Engines of Vengeance, the Ghost Rider one, did not. But that didn't stop them from doing another HasLab right after that, right? They did. What did they do? The Sentinel, or they did Galactus right after that, and it funded. And then even as another positive, they're doing that where it's not a HasLab, and I guess it's a pre-order. Those maximum figures are not. They're not the maximum ones, but I'm trying to think of who it was. There's a couple characters. They're bigger Marvel Legends guys, and you can order them. They're gonna make them. You can reserve one, but you can only order it in this window. If you miss out on ordering it in this window, that's it. But it's not a HasLab, so they don't need to make a certain amount to get it done. That's actually a better model, and I would like to see that model used for the TVC. Put a Y-wing up, put a U-wing up, and say, hey, this is for pre-order for 3 months. When the pre-order comes down, that's it. We're going to make them, but we're only going to make as many as we sell in the pre-order. You have 3 months to order. Boom. That, to me, is a better model than this crowdfunding type thing where and the price so high, because those other Marvel Legends ones, they weren't nearly as much as the HasLabs are. They're still like $100, but not $400, right? I can't remember what that line is called. I'm sorry, I was talking. Let me jump in here. What other thing could they have done besides the gunship? The Ghost is so much better. Yeah, they have many other content creators pushing that if you don't back this Hasbro cancel, doubtful that holds any weight. The Reva Saber was Black Series only in name. I would have liked a new updated Millennium Falcon. They made a poor choice for characters lightsaber. That's true. Death Star with multiple levels would have been a better option. It should have been an AT-AT or ATT. The Dragon Man. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You're right, MCR. Yeah, it's the Dragon Man. But he was still like $100, and he's big. But they said, hey, if you want this, you have to order it now. It's only gonna be up for order for a month or two. We're gonna make as many as we sell, and then it's done. If you don't want it, you don't want it. But we're gonna make them. But we're only gonna make as many as we sell. Here's your chance. And gave people the option at a lower price point. It didn't depend on the crowdfunding. So to me, that's actually a positive that came out of the failure of the HasLab of the Engines of Vengeance. They went another direction and said, let's do a different price point. Let's not crowdfund it. They still did the HasLab crowdfund though. They're still going to do it, but it honestly opened up another revenue stream for them to offer something else somewhere else. That was what the TVC needs. We've always said this. Do the whole Bad Batch. Do all the whole team of Bad Batch, put them up in one of those things for $100, whatever it is, for 3 months. You want it, we're gonna make it, but after this, you're not gonna get it because we're not gonna do an individual release on brick and mortar. We don't have room for it in the everyday line. They could easily do something like that. Made to order. That's what it is. Made to order. Prequel wise, a revised and improved Geonosis Arena. Yeah, I would love a Geonosis Arena or Camino. The Falcon has way too many iterations. They should have done either the Outrider or Marauder. I really like that idea. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's not really my idea. Hasbro thought of it for the Legends, for Marvel Legends. And I guess, they always say that the lines don't talk to each other. The classified guys don't talk to the Legends guys. The Legends guys don't talk to the Black Series guys. The Black Series guys don't, whatever. They don't share anything really. They can't share anything. But the price point, in like sale to the consumer, that's a little different. Everyone does that, car dealerships, everybody. I don't know why they don't do that. Honestly, there's not a lot of prequel ships that are HasLab worthy. It could have been another playset, but even then, the list is small. Yeah. The HasLab mall will run its course eventually. Nothing lasts forever. It's okay to push back if it's gone too far in the wrong direction. I agree. I agree with that, Jeff. The problem with the pre-orders or exclusives is that all the fans outside the U.S. are left out. That's true. They're leaving that money on the table by doing that. Pinker, you're right. So I stopped collecting Motu Origins. Yep. Yes, that would be a better approach to their sales with limited pre-orders. Yeah, and then they wouldn't be stuck with extra stock, and they would then see what sells and what doesn't. Where these all or nothing things, you get some people mad because of the price. You get some people mad because they're willing to do it, but it's not going to fund, which I still think this is probably going to fund. I still think it's going to go, but not all 3 tiers. But there's a lot of things that they could do if they just got a little more imaginative, and look at the other lines. Look at what Marvel Legends did, and apply principles learned, as case studies. So Wrecker and Tech are on the Yak Face rumor list, and he's rarely wrong. No, he's not. He's not wrong at all. He got a spy. He's got a bug inside of the Hasbro Star Wars team somewhere. Someone's hooking him up. Yes, that'd be a better approach. Their sales. Valid point. Even for us Canadians, and we're just north of the U.S. Yeah. It's so weird. We can't even buy HasLabs here in Hong Kong, though the toys are made nearby, and we're usually first to get Hasbro figures in stock. That is weird. I know it was done after a fashion in the original toy, but a HasLab of the Naboo shiny ship. Yeah, that's a good one. That one needs an update pretty bad. That's a 20 more than 20-year-old, vehicle that could get an update. I wouldn't be surprised either if it doesn't fund. That's true. That's true, because it is going really slow. It is going really slow. The tiers for this are horrible. Yeah, I know. There's just not a lot of meat on the bone, is there? I don't think there's been a TVC Halo that has failed, so in their minds, this is how you do it. Yeah, that's the corporate part, right? They're like, they all pass, so maybe they feel they have free reign. They're gonna buy. They think we're sheep and we're gonna buy whatever they put up. Maybe in better times. But I think a lot of people, even myself, things are expensive outside of collectibles. And collectibles are luxury. That's a very expensive luxury. So, but kind of back to the peer pressure thing. I really didn't like it. I have to admit, I really like those guys too, but I don't think it's going to be the end of the line. And it might be what I think Ian said. Maybe they'll say there's not as much love for the prequels as we thought. But I would counter that with going, you put the thing up for $450. That's not a good gauge. Do some figures at $18 like the other figures. See how those do. That's a better gauge of what people want, right? This at this price point, people they're half of the collectors are automatically out. 450, I'm out. I'm not even I can't even consider that. So they're really only trying to get that half. You know, they cut half of their fan base out right there with that price point. I hope that's not what they do. Um, I think our 118 Star Wars people best hope for vehicles in the era is the Hero series. I don't think there's been a TC. An updated arc speeder would have been a better trigger. Yeah, to put in the back because they're kind of rumoring that that's what their vehicles that go in the back are what they're becoming next to go along with this. Um, I would get those tier Jedi figures if they were released on their own carded. Yeah, me too. Me too for sure. Can't think of a failed Haslab. I was learning opportunity for Hasbro. Nothing wrong with consumers sending a message. Yeah, it's not. And I was thinking the peer pressure part of other people kind of like, you know, I just don't I don't like that in collecting. I hate when people because what we're doing, guys, this is such a luxury. This is supposed to be fun. No one should be telling you how to do it or why you should be doing it or how you know where, when, and how. That's a completely personal decision. Um, I'll get it if I want it. You know, you're not gonna make me feel bad if I don't. I'm glad you like it, but I don't. I'm not gonna get it. I'm mostly usually on the other side where I'm gonna get it. I like it. I think you're missing out. But I'm not gonna say you should get it. You have to get it. You know, if you don't get it, the whole line's gonna fail. It's you know you're gonna ruin everything. Do you want anything at all? Like I don't like those kind of arguments. I just go, nope, not gonna listen. I shut it out immediately. I'm not. I don't get bullied. I was gonna say, you know, I don't get peer pressured. I just turn it off. You know, I get the trolls. I turn them off. I don't engage. Um, can't think. Let's see. Um, it might. Well, it won't make the first tier. There are too many crowdfunding projects on the go right now. Even Snake Mountain. That's right. Snake Mountain's up too. Epic Hero line. That's what you meant. Yeah, that's me. That price. I'm out. Yeah, I think a lot of people. You're. I think that's more tech. That's I think more normal. It's abnormal that oh yeah 450 I'm in. If only it was that easy. Mr. Steve did mention something about vehicles that interact with the gunship. Yeah, that's what I heard too. So that's why it was probably the arc speeder, right, and the little walker. I have a couple of the camouflage ones from Kashyyyk, from the Clone Wars line. Probably some of those, right? The peer pressure is ridiculous. Yeah, it's super ridiculous. Oh, I don't get involved in it. Also charging non-plus members an additional fee. Yeah, that's whack too. I know. I know. I don't like that at all. Subscription, no. I get people wanting to support a line, but that's kind of peer pressure would backfire and put me back up if I was already on the fence. Yeah, yeah, that attitude, huh, Jeff? You're like, never mind, never mind. I almost was gonna do it, and you talked me out of it because of your attitude. I would buy some Epic Hero Tie Fighters if they ever made those. Yeah, yeah. I heard the X-wing was pretty good. I didn't get it. I only saw it one time, and that thing sold out. So I think they did pretty good with that one. Um, the X-wing, the Epic Hero X-wing. Yeah. Peer pressure didn't work on me in school. Not letting it out. Yeah, me either. I don't engage it. Support small companies to ensure they survive. Big companies like Hasbro don't need blind devotion. No, they don't. I didn't get the X-wing, but I prefer to build up my Imperial Navy. Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I was really happy to get these guys. Did you guys? Did any of you guys get this guy? He has trouble holding that bazooka though. Or am I doing it wrong? Let me know if you guys have that one. I heard the HasLab model that showed off was stolen. Oh no, was it? That sucks. The X-Wing's okay, but it has stupid play gimmicks. Yeah, some wild story about a rabbit I heard. Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna refresh it one more time. 3175. Let's see. Nope, still 3175. Well, I think it's gonna be all right. Yeah, I like it. I just it's too much. Too much. I have the other one. On a more positive note, it's been a good year for TVC. My Carson Teva figure from Amazon arrived today. Yeah, I got mine too. Stolen by a certain Green Mando. All right, let's go back to here. Yeah, I'm already thinking about like my year end. I think that's probably the video that I do. I've done three now. My favorite lines of the year. This has been a really good year for TVC. Um, all of the new figures have been so good. This one is really, really good. Um, so many good figures, and we got the wolf dog. I forgot its real name. The Howler. We got the Howler. Um, this has been a really good year for TVC. The figures have been excellent. Um, the only other line that I think has been on hit every single time, like TVC, has been the Turtles, the Joy Toy Turtle stuff. I've yet to open one I didn't like. Like all things, there's a few that are better than others. Um, but really, those are the two lines I think that have been very consistent with good quality, good character selection, paint, app, all of it, art, sculpt, articulation. Those are the two in the running for me right now for the my favorite of this year. I buy a few ties too. So I grabbed the X-wing. Haven't jumped on it as play gimmicks are annoying. Yeah. Oh, you broke the Tiva arm. That sucks. Hate when that happens. I like my Rebels. That's a scrappy ragtag group like the French Resistance from the Old War II. Oh, okay. Sorry, man, you're going too many switches for them. Love the Howler and the Blurg. Yeah, that's a bummer, man. You can give us a robot arm or something. Yeah, I'm sure you'll think of something. You do great customs. Um, yeah, there's got to be something you could do. Joy Toy has a very loyal fan base with the Warhammer 40k too. Yeah, yeah, they've been hitting the the. I was thinking, I've said this. I think the Snow Trooper, the TVC Snow Trooper, and probably those Triceratons from Joy Toy are probably the two best army builders that I've gotten this year. One of them, unless something else comes out, one of them is probably going to be my favorite army builder of the year. I'm looking over here because the Triceratons are over here. Um, they have those figures have been so good. TMNT for you. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I totally can see that. Joy Toys become my top toy lines. I like Haya, but their distribution sucks. First world problems. I know. Yeah, I know. They get Haya hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. We haven't got anything from Haya in a long time. I got that one random Walking Dead figure, the Negan. I think I said that right, didn't I, Jeff? Negan, and none of the other ones. It just randomly came one day. I haven't got any Joes. I got the Zartan recently. Um, but the Major Blood, a lot of the videos that I did were ones that I had been holding on to that I needed to do videos on. They weren't like new this year. But yeah, I think I've only gotten two new ones this year: the Zartan and the Negan figure. But then it was around this time, I think last year, all of a sudden, all the Star Trek figures started showing up, all the Joes started showing up. Um, right around this fourth quarter of the year, so maybe that'll happen again for us. Yeah, Haya's hot cold, hot cold. Saw reviews for the latest Haya Kong. I can't wait to get mine. I saw a video for the new Godzilla. It's a little bit smaller. It looked really good too. I was kind of tempted. Um, do you think it's a coincidence that these are two of the three Jedi that go to the Mace Rest Camp Chancellor? Ooh, hey Juggalo, welcome. Figure that everyone's clamoring for, and the Black Series just got. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. It could be, huh? And all what would we need is the Mace Windu. Um, who was the other guy? Eth Koth. Saiz 10, Mace Windu. Who was the fourth guy? I forgot. Yeah, that's a good call, Juggalo. Those Warhammer figures are pretty amazing looking. The TMT ones are also awesome. I feel like next year 4-inch line will be Joy Toy. When someone hits 40k tuning, Joy Toy goes deep. Yeah. Negan. Yeah, there we go. Negan. I have to practice that. The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon is dropping now. Saw a picture of Carton. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did pre-order that one. I haven't seen it though. The woman with the samurai sword looks really cool. Yeah, the High Godzilla get crazy expensive secondary market. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a Godzilla figure. Um, Kong looks great. Can't wait. Have the McFarlane Cygor and the Ab Cruncher. I think he sucks too. Big Ab. Yeah, Kit Fisto. There it is. You're right. He was the other one. You're right. It was Kit Fisto. Saiz 10, Eth Koth, Kit Fisto, Mace Windu, and Sidious killed them all, except for Windu, right? Kit Fisto, yeah. Yeah, and then we desperately need a new Kit Fisto. I think I have pretty much all of the Kit Fistos. Yeah, I always like the Micro Series one where he swims. But that figure, like, barely any articulation, but it's really sculpted really well. Um, Kit Fisto is a given. He's one of those nose art pieces. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. They probably will do him, huh? I love, one of my favorite episodes of the Clone Wars is Grievous's lair, where Kit Fisto, Nadar Webb, is it Nadar Veb? Nadar Veb gets killed. Um, that's always been one of my favorite Clone Wars episodes. I think that's from season 1 or 2. You guys know which episode I'm talking about? Kit Fisto ends up fighting Grievous in his lair. He escapes. But all his clones get killed, and so does his former apprentice. Really, really good episode, man. I miss Clone Wars. Such a good episode, that one. No, it's not true. Windu's dead. Yeah, New Kit Fisto. Palpatine killed them all, including Windu. Oh yeah, I guess he did technically. He killed Windu, right? Because he Force Lightning him out the window. Um, Offering that Padme nose artwork was notably worth at least another $100. I actually have the patch. Someone made patches of the Padme on the artwork, and I have got two and gave one to my son. Yeah, I would love to see a live action Nadar Web. Yeah, I like any episode with Grievous or Cad Bane. Did you get the new Ventress? Looks good. It's about to be released here. I haven't got it yet. I had to order that one on Hasbro Pulse Pinker, and it hasn't come yet. I haven't got any shipping or anything on that one. Tony, I really liked that episode too. It did a great job showing how strong of a Jedi Kit was. Yeah, that was a great episode, wasn't it, Timbo? I remember watching it for the first time going, and even my wife really liked that one too. Like, man, these are for kids. This show is for kids, but it's not. Like, it had a lot of good themes for adults in there too. Um, Nadar he was flawed. He was brave, but he was flawed. And um, his figure is actually pretty good. The Clone Wars figure I have, but yeah, a TVC one would be awesome. I read somewhere that Windu died by the lightning. Yeah, or I saw pictures of him like he's missing an eye, and there's those rumors, that he survived somehow. The ground killed Mace. Palpatine was innocent. Oh, when he hit the ground, he fell. Yeah, he was really high up there, wasn't he? It was gravity's fault. Yeah. I have her. Oh, you have her. Tech, you've got her? Yeah, I haven't got her yet. Yeah, I'm waiting on that one. I'm waiting on the guy from Rebels, Agent Callus and Ventress. I had to get from Pulse, and they haven't shipped yet, so I've been waiting on those. Really looking forward to those two. Yeah, I feel like every vintage collection figure I've opened recently, like this one, it is it's got a new pauldron, a new weapon. Still, it's a great buck though. This is the best stormtrooper they've ever made. But all of the new ones, um, the bad guys from Ahsoka, Balin Skull, Shintahati, awesome figures. Yeah, they could have used cloaks, but the figures are great. Um, all of them. They've all been so good this year. They've all been so good. Window is not dead. He's a bad. I got two calluses yesterday. Oh, did you? How's the helmet? Is it too big? Pinker have. Oh, yeah, very very cool. But yeah, I think right now TVC and the Joy Toy Turtles are probably my two favorite lines right now. Can't think of anything else that really like sticks out to my mind. I mean, not individual figure wise. There's others. The Major Blood was good. The Level 7 Toys Batman, the detective figure. Some of my favorites this year so far. Um, who else? I did really like the Imperial Commando, the armored commando. I just did a video on the deluxe. I really like that figure. What kind of spoiled it for me was the price. Um, and it was hard to, if I just talk about figures, yeah, but you do have to evaluate, the cost of something. Was it worth it? Yeah, it's a great figure, but I'm not sure it was worth what I paid for. It should have been a regular release at a better price point, like the Snow Trooper was, kind of a thing. But really good figure, really good army builder. Seems like TVC is teasing a Cantina Alien 4 pack. Yeah, I did see the shadows that of them with and it looks like in the bar. Would it be a 4 pack? It probably would, huh? On the website, I have and Moff Gideon him too from Amazon. Okay, yeah, the Gideon's good. Yeah, it looks big in person. Okay, it does. It still looks a little big. Seems like TVC. I'm kind of hoping they release a definitive Stormtrooper. Just want to make sure they are perfect before I buy more, so I have many more other variants. Yeah, yeah, they could. I kind of felt like the biggest draw, really, for this one was the new Pauldron, um, because it's in red, and I don't think I know that they did the mortar one was in yellow. Did they do another one? I can't remember. They haven't done too many of these pauldrons. So this figure for the pauldron, the bazooka, yeah, I have a little bit of trouble getting it in his hands. But yeah, they could improve this a little bit. Yeah, why not? Um, Cannon legs fit the Cobb Van torso. Really? Did not know that. Kind of. Let's see. Bjorn. You like TVC Kit Bash Expert? Yes. Yeah, he is. He does great customs. I'd rather, if it not be another 4 pack, I'd rather buy them individually. Yeah, yeah, the 4 pack, the price point is going to be a lot higher. You might not want all four. Yeah. Search for Alado's toys. Okay, we'll do that. Alado's toys. We were going to look at the Marauder stuff, or Bjorn was going to let us know about the Marauders Pocket Pearl. I spelled that right? Oh, I didn't spell it right. Let's see. Hold on one sec, guys. Oh, I don't want to go there. Hold on. Let's try one more time. All right, so Missile Man trying to make a way in the galaxy. Oh wow, that is that 118? Highplaytoys.com. Let's see, what's the better Pocket Pearl? Hobby. Oh, this is Hobby Link Japan. Let's go there. Here, I'm gonna share the screen with you guys. Okay, there you go. Oh, she's got a donut. 118, huh? 11 centimeters. Yeah, okay. Very cool. Only 18 bucks. That's a pretty good price. That's a pretty good price. I think I think you got me there. I think you got me there. Very cool. Yeah, I had not seen that. I had not seen that. That I would try that. Is do you got anybody have any experience with this Lado Toys? Never heard of it, or the company. I've never heard of them. She's 11 cm. Yeah, what about that one? Marauders has been pushed back. That's the update now. Okay, okay. So it got pushed back again. Fun show. So gotta go. Yeah, no problem. Timbo, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I think we're gonna be on just a few more minutes. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I like this. This looks cool. I like that price too. You know, that's Star Wars Vintage Collection pretty much. Trying to think what I would use her for though. I wonder if that dress from the I was gonna say Bjorn Boris from Boris Ping. I wonder if that would fit on her. Her face does look a little bit anime. That's all right. I think it's the eyes, right? That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I would not be impressed if I. Yeah, yeah. I did have a little bit of problem with the Boris Ping one. Not just the quality, the QC, but like I mentioned in the video, like putting her dress on her and stuff. It felt weird. Like it felt like a doll, and I didn't like that. I know that some people say they're dolls, but I still think of them as action figures. Um, it's a thin line, guys. It's a thin line. But this does look pretty good. I have to admit, this does look pretty good. Price point is pretty good. Articulation looks really good. Um, Coffee, ice cream cone, figure stand, water donut. Not bad. Not bad. I know what I use her for. Juggalo, I'm not going to ask. Comes with replacement hands and feet. Yeah, I see that here. That's cool. 2 pointing hands. Yeah, anybody, have you ever, any Lado toys as they new? Here, I'll click on. Let's see what else they do. They got this 112. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I have seen this. Or something like this. Um, didn't Nostalgia Unbox do something like this? Don't they have? Let me go back. Didn't they do like a cat girl, like a raccoon girl or something? I think Nostalgia Unbox might have a video on some of their stuff. Got my Boris Ping Dino Crisis also. Bad for me. Loose joints. Yeah, they were loose, huh? It was weird is I think the first wave of those Boris Ping figures was better quality and everything. Um, it's weird for a line to dip like that, especially after the success of the first wave. I'm not sure what happened there. Planet Green Valley is pumping out the female figures in every possible haircut and clothing. Yeah, I've been seeing those on AliExpress a lot. Just can't do it right now. I need to do. I have a couple figures to do a video on, and I don't know why I just haven't done it. I keep doing other things. like a fox mechanic girl. Yeah, it was a fox. What did I say? Raccoon. Yeah, there's a fox girl. Yeah, that's what I think I've seen on Nostalgia Unboxed. I think it was him because he likes stuff like this, like his channel. He has a lot of anime and um, import type stuff, but he loves those Joy Toy turtles. Like anyone I think who's gotten a couple, they're pretty fun. Sentinel, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, yeah, no pressure. Thank you if you can't. I'm not sure how much longer we'll be on. I'll keep going as long as you guys want to. Um, Planet Green Valley, overpriced, overhyped, and fragile. Yeah, I really like Planet Green Valley, but they are expensive. I have to like really budget it and think about it and go, okay, if I get a Planet Green Valley figure, it means that I can't get this or this because they're expensive. I think I only have four, or I think I have five, but one of them is a blank. So she was real cheap, and I bought a packet, the closed packet on the side. But yeah, they're expensive, man. They're really expensive. I actually think the opposite. The second wave was been better. Really? Okay. Yeah, felt like all the joints were loose. Um, and I had in particular, the one with the cloth dress just won't stay together. Um, the Dino Crisis one's good. I have her sitting over here. She was a lot better. She was really close to, I think, the first wave, but the other one I got, the dress one, was just not very good. It's had a lot of issues with her. But it could have been, and I thought this too. My box was smashed. It could have just been mine. They could have just been mine. I think Pinker said that his weren't as good, so it made me think that I wasn't the only one. But maybe I just had a bad copy. He had the Dino. I had the Dino. We both had a Dino Crisis, but I had the other one. Most of my problems were with the other one, not the Dino Crisis one. I have to say, Planet Green Valley has the best true scale 118. Yeah, they're good size. Yeah, they're good. They're good. A lot of stuff. Just so expensive. And I've only been able to ever get them from AliExpress because they're just a few dollars less than at like Locker Toys or whatever LTK. Planet Green Valley is rolled down spacesuit pants. Is really good. Looking forward to doing the full spacesuits. I have two. Planet Green Valley is overhyped in my opinion. Planet Valley spacesuit astronaut prototypes shown off years ago were exquisite. I'm there for those. It may have been yours as mine was perfect. Yeah, mine were smashed. If you have seen the video, mine were completely smashed in their box. So much so that accessory had fallen out and was loose in the shipping box because the bubbles were crushed. And so that thing got tossed. I know it got tossed and something got put on top of it. And I thought when I did the video, I was giving it the benefit of the doubt that that's probably what it was. Because I really like the figures and they got great articulation. They look good. Just a little loose. It's the same as them better distributed in China. They're not expensive, like under $30. Wow, that's a good price. Yeah, I can't really find them. I think AliExpress like 48, 49. It's kind of where they're at, and that's like a good price. They're usually it could be up 50 or up. So that's why I don't really have that many. I had to try them, and I do like them, but it's not an everyday, um, you know, uh, collecting, get everyone type of thing. I mean, the Planet Red Weapons are true scale to one. Oh, okay, yeah, the weapons. Yeah, the weapons are good. Weapons are good. A lot of gear, a lot of gear. I think I have one. I think I have three girls and one guy. I think is what I have. I only have one guy. All of them are girls. But solid figures. But thanks for Sentinel. I think he left, but I think I might try this. I think I might try this. Yeah, it's cool looking. It's cool looking. All right, guys. So, is there anything else? I know I didn't touch on all the news. Got the update. Thank you, Bjorn, for the update on the Marauder stuff. We'll come back 2 weeks. We'll take a look at the Kickstarter. Heavy Armor Toys. We'll see where they're at. Maybe. Oh man, I always forget his name. 30 for 30. Is it Chad? Chad. I can't remember his name. Maybe that Kickstarter will have started by now. So we could talk about that. We'll be closer to, again, we'll check in on the HasLab again. Still have like 29 days, so we'll be able to come in 2 weeks, hopefully. That number, hopefully, I think if it doubles, that would be very positive to get another 2,000 or 3,000 the next 2 weeks. Get closer to completion. I did hear some people online saying that they got reminders from Hasbro about the Cantina, like saying check your address type thing. I haven't gotten one. I don't know if you guys have, but it makes me think that the Cantina is pretty close to shipping. We'll see. We'll see. I'm making room for it. I actually sold some more figures again. I actually sold them yesterday at one of the local shops. Some more like Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Power of the Force 2, Power of the Jedi type figures, older stuff. I'm making room for my Cantina, so on. Thanks for the stream. Thank you. Thanks, Ian. Thanks for coming. Always happy to see you. But yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks, and hopefully there'll be some more news. Keep an eye on the channel. Like I said, I got 2 videos that I've already kind of like mentally I'm gonna do these 2. I don't know after that. But look for Saturday. If you guys weren't here earlier in the beginning of the stream, I think I'm gonna do a live stream on Saturday. It's going to be every other Saturday, so the weeks where I don't have this stream on Sunday, I'll do a stream on Saturday. So next Saturday, don't know what time yet. Hit the little notification. I already have a thumbnail. I think it's going to be a chill, a hangout, open some stuff, talk about some stuff, kind of like we're doing now. Maybe not so much the news though, but maybe, you know, customs, whatever we're looking at. Maybe we'll go through Instagram and look at some people's collections. Got a couple different ideas, but I think on next Saturday, I don't know what time. It'll be evening, early evening. It won't be late. It won't be in the morning. Say afternoon to early evening. Stop in, say hi, and hang out with me. And we talk 118-375 because that's what this channel is about. Thank you guys so much for coming. There's a lot of you guys. Thank you. Thank all of you. I can't do the show without you. We had a Juggalo, Sentinel, Tech, Pinker, Jeff, Pirates, Timbo was here, Ian was here, Beta Ray Bob was here, Pirates. I know I'm missing people. I'm so sorry, Bjorn. Now I'm flipping through this really quick, just trying to hit all you guys. No, I'm missing someone. Please don't be mad. Tech 489. But Jeff, thank you guys so much for coming. Can't do this without you. Be back in 2 weeks, but for this show, but we'll try to do something next Saturday. We'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna give it a try, because I really do love doing this. I do like chatting with you guys and getting your opinions on stuff. It means more to me to get your guys' opinions because you collect 118 than it does some of the other channels that they don't even collect our scale. And they're welcome to opinion all they want about HasLabs and TBC HasLabs, but if they don't really even collect the line, I kind of go, well, you don't collect the line, you know, it's easy for you to say kind of a thing. I definitely respect your guys' opinions more because you collect what I collect, and that's why I'm doing the channel, because there's not a lot of 118 channels out there, but there are some pretty good ones. Beta Ray Bob, Outer Multiverse, Wilhelm, Skellywags. I like Awesome Action Toys, McDowell. A lot of you guys out there. So hopefully there's room for me, and I love talking to you guys. So I will see you in 2 weeks. Feel free to message me on Instagram if you want to DM me or leave a comment. Try to answer all of them. I have noticed that YouTube hasn't been alerting me when I get comments on YouTube. So if I missed you on there, I'm sorry. I didn't notice I missed a couple people, went back and answered them later, but it never told me that I had a comment. I just happened to notice it in the studio. It said I had a comment, and then I went and looked and it wasn't there, and I had to do some things, and oh, there it is. So I apologize if you did message or you commented and I didn't see it. It took me a while to respond. It's always good to hang out. Thank you. Yeah, cheers. Good night, everyone. See you in 2 weeks for this show. Next Saturday for the other one. I'm trying to think of a name. We'll brainstorm. We'll figure it out. I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Bye now.